Welcome back to JJW Outdoors. Justin here. So glad you clicked on this video because today I'm going to show you the coolest winter setup that you can buy on the internet. Let's get started. Not only is it my coolest winter setup, it's also my lightest and my cheapest. Now I could have went with a hot tent, you know, big giant tent and a wood stove. That would be awesome. But then you got to carry all that out in the woods. Instead, you carry a little bundle like I just showed you, and it weighs 5 pounds. It's even better. Plus, it's quick, it's easy, and it's very simple to set up. Let me show you. I know you're excited. I am too. So for today's little demonstration, we have my sleep system. Now this, you can see, it's pretty big. Now I can squish this guy down. That's that big. That is awesome. Means it's very compact, plus it's a 0-degree sleeping bag inside of this thing. So I have a couple things mixed up in this. So the reason why it is so fast, because this right here is my entire sleep system minus my tarp. That's it. All you need is this and a tarp. Let me show you. We are going to be using that tree and this big tree right here for our demonstration today. Changed my mind. I'm gonna back you up a little bit. We're gonna use these two trees. I'll show you. Alrighty, I changed my mind where I want my sleep system. So first of all, we gotta get rid of some of this brush. Stuff should be really easy to get out of the way. No knife, no nothing needed. Okay, so we are gonna be using this tree and we're gonna be using this tree right here for our demonstration. Now, for this sleep setup, I have done a video on this sleep setup. I will link it right here. This is going to show you all of the details, where I got it, how much everything cost, and it's going to have all the links in the description below. So let's get started. First things first, we're going to unbuckle our top. I'm telling you, this is such a fast sleep system. You guys are going to be amazed. We're going to pull this out. So this is what takes the longest. We're gonna take this strap and we're gonna put it around this tree right here. The reason why it takes so long is you gotta fit this through this hole like this. Yeah, come buddy, come here. And then you can pull it through, and just like that. First step. Second step. We're going to be taking our sleep system and we're literally going to pull this out right here. Let me get you a bit closer. All right, so as you can see, I have a hook right here. All we're going to do is we're going to take this string, we're going to take this hook, and then we're going to pull. And it's going to pull this all the way through like this. That's it. This is all you have to do. Makes it nice, quick, fast, and easy. Then once you get to the end, you see, sleep system's already all completed. So now we just need to grab our second strap, which is very simple. You put it through the carabiner, you come over here to the tree, and you wrap it around the tree. So this is literally what takes the longest. You got to put this through here, and you got to pull it tight. And once you pull it tight, the whole sleep system goes with it, and boom, bam, there you go. You're done, just like that. And now you can take your sleeping bag, you can unzip it, your hammock is right here, you curl in like this, and boom, bam, relaxing. PBR. So as you can see, I have my strap there. I have my strap there, I have my hammock, and I have a sleeping bag. This is the coolest setup that I have found for a hammock. I absolutely love it. Now you have down quilts, you have over quilts and under quilts. This is a down with a very waterproof mixture on the outside so it does not leak, which is amazing. If you don't believe me, go check out my other video. Now I have been using this setup for 5 years now. 5 years. I love this setup. Now, I can tell you right now, that side needs to go a little lower, this side needs to go a little higher, but you can work those out as you go. Right now, I just literally kick my shoes off, I lay down on this thing, I zip up, and I'm done. But if it's gonna rain, you need to add yourself a tarp. That's what we're gonna go get next, is a tarp. Be right back. Alrighty. Hi, baby. Are you running around? Are you having fun? Yes, you are. So, I mentioned this is my winter setup. Typically, during the summer, I have that guy with me. The reason why I have him now is because I'm not spending the night out here yet with this setup right now. Whew, sorry, I just ran back and forth with him for a minute. So, this setup is fairly cheap. I found a very cheap hammock, and then I bought this, which was the most expensive. It's a 0 degree down sleeping bag. 0 degree in Michigan is hard to find. That's good, cheap price. So I went on Outdoor Vitals website, found it, absolutely fell in love with it. It is an awesome setup. It is by far my favorite. You set it up, as you can see, you crawl on, you go to sleep. You can do this with your eyes shut. It's that simple. Now, I just picked 2 trees. You can do 2 trees that are further apart. You can do 2 trees that are closer together. It's all up to you. Plus, what's nice about this setup is you can do it on a hill. Makes it nice and easy. You're hiking, there's no flat ground. Perfect. You set it up, done. Now, you might be wondering, what happens if you don't have trees? What do? That's when you always have a backup. So this sleeping bag, the foot box, zips up, and it creates a sleeping bag that you can lay on the ground with. Very easy, very simple. That's why you want to get yourself a tarp. Now this tarp, I can pitch up. This is a 10 by 10 tarp. So if you have not seen my video on this tarp, putting up a tarp tent, you guys gotta go check that out. I'll link that right up here. This is the same tarp that I'm using today. As you can see, I have my string on it from my tarp tent. I told you already in that video, you can just leave these on there. Makes this so easy. Now you don't have to retie things. You don't have to worry about knots. You don't have to worry about nothing. You can just keep these on there. All you have to get is a ridge line. That's it. So this and this, with your hammock setup, you're done. Then you put a knife in it, you can cut yourself some steaks. You don't have to bring steaks with you. Nice and simple, nice and easy. Nice and lightweight. All right, let's get this tarp set up for a minute. So, like I mentioned, I have a ridge line. I have set this ridge line up a certain way where there's 2 prusik loops on it. I made a video on this as well. It's in my knots playlist. But I have a carabiner on the end. The carabiner is kind of for me as well. Pierre, come. Pierre, come. Come here. Because a lot of time I use this cord for tying Pierre up at night. But all I do is I wrap this guy around like this. I'll clip it with a carabiner. I'll come on this side. Go like this. And I will tie one of my favorite knots. Just like this. Let me get you a bit closer and show you this. There is your knot right there. That knot is called the taut line hitch. Now you can tie 2 knots. You can either tie the trucker's hitch or the taut line knot. The taut line hitch is one I like to tie because it's very easy to move around. Let me tell you why. See how I have it fairly tight right here? If I want to loosen it, I just pull on this knot and it can loosen it. If I want to tighten it, I just pull on the knot again and I tighten it right up. Makes it really easy. Now I also made a video on this. Go check that out. I'm gonna link that up here as well. I did a video on this, and I did a video on these two things. These are called Prusik loops. I use these because there are adjustable knots as well. As you can see, I can tug both ways and I can still move it. I love that I can do that. So now we're gonna get our tarp, which I put right here. We're gonna get our tarp all set up. All of our knots here, and we're gonna find the middle of our tarp, which looks like it's that one right there. All we're gonna do is we're gonna get a stick, and I'm gonna show you how to tie this. This is gonna be hard to show you while holding a camera, but you want to take this loop and you want to pass it through your loop right here. So let me do that really quick. So all I'm gonna do is pass this through this. As you can see, that's all I did. Now, I'm going to take my stick and I'm gonna pass it through this black loop like this. As you can see there. What that allows is it allows the tarp to lean up against the stick, and you can pull this tight just like that. And now it's not going anywhere. Do the same thing to the other side. So all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this string, I'm gonna pass it through just like I did the other side. I'm gonna pull it tight. As you can see, my tarp is right over top of my hammock. Very easy, very simple. There's my hammock, there's my tarp. And then you just stake it out and it's gonna look pretty. Let's do that really quick. So today, I did bring my stakes. So we're gonna get 2 of them, one for that corner, one for this corner, and then we're gonna get another 2 for the other side. Ooh, it's all tangled. I tied a knot so my stakes wouldn't all fall out. All right. Yeah, where you at? Stevie, come here. So it's a little tight, so all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this knot back just a tiny bit. I'm gonna drop that tarp down. Now that just allows my tarp to go down right to the ground like that. Yeah, you need to stay here, dude. Just like that, that side is done. So then I can fold this flat back over when I'm ready, right? Fold the flat back over, and then I stake this to the ground. Nice and simple. Or I can take the tie-out points and I can tie it straight out this way, which that's what we're gonna do right now. I have my other string that I use to tie out the back portion of my tarp tent. We're gonna take this string and we're gonna loop it right through here, and there's an actual tree right behind you. All we're gonna do is we're gonna tie it out to that tree. Okay, now I got another piece of paracord. Same thing. Here, come here, don't go too far. I'm gonna take my corner, I'm gonna stretch it out this way. I'm gonna make this one go a bit higher like this. Yeah, where you at? Now, you can take this one, there's a tree branch way up here. Do one of these numbers. a little half hitch with the loop, and it raises it up for you. And now you can walk under here until you're ready for bed. I'm telling you, this is the coolest setup ever. I love it. Absolutely love my cheap setup. Let me show you what I got going. So as you can see here, you walk up on the beautiful shelter. We got one stake right there, which goes this way to the tarp, which is directly this way. So it makes rain come this way. As you can see here, I have my ridge line with my toggle. I have my strap to my hammock, which goes that way. All right, this side, you can see I have this one staked all the way up there in that little branch. And then I have this section staked over here. Now remember, this cord, and the two on the other side were to my tarp tent. I'm just gonna leave those on there in case it's an emergency shelter and I need to sit on the ground. I can set that up and sleep right on the ground. As you can see here, oh, you coming up? Are you coming up too? As you can see here, I have my tarp straight in the back, so this part leans that way. I have my tarp going out that way. Water will run from this side, hit right here, run off that side. I don't have to worry about water. It's great. It's perfect. Now if it's windy, one thing you gotta do, you drop that side down, you drop that side down, you drop that side down. You stake it out, done. Just like you did the back. Now you're sleeping under A-frame in a hammock. The coolest setup ever, I'm telling you guys. I wanna know though, what is your guys' coolest setup? Leave it in the comments below. If you do a YouTube channel, if you have your coolest setup out there, send me a link. I would love to check it out. I really would. So there you have it. This is my cool setup for sleeping outdoors. Now what I want to do is I want to do an overnighter. But the only problem is that this guy's gonna have to go home. This guy right here. Because it's too cold. It's actually winter out right now. I know it doesn't look like it, but it's a new year, it's winter. The snow actually just melted because that's what happens after Christmas for some reasons in Michigan. The weather can't make up its mind. I wanted to do an awesome, cool little shelter, sleeping in the snow. Hopefully that video will still be coming. Hopefully we'll get some more snow. But this is what we're getting right now, so we're actually gonna do an overnighter. But I gotta take this guy home. So I'm not gonna be coming out here until it gets dark. Ooh, you hear the sirens? Uh-oh. So I hope you enjoyed my little setup. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Wait till the end of the video. We are gonna be doing an overnighter in this setup. All right, here we go. It is about 5 o'clock at night. I am back out here at the shelter, which is way this way. I know you can't see me. I explained earlier why I had to come out here in the dark, but here is the awesome shelter. It has been raining non-stop. Like, as soon as I left here, all I did was start downpouring. Alright everybody, as you can see, got the sleep setup right here. Awesome hammock. I'll have to show you getting in and out of it tomorrow morning, of course. But for right now, take my shoes off. Everything looks to be very dry. I don't think I have any problems with that. Alright. I'm gonna crawl in bed and hit the sack. I'll see you guys probably around 3 o'clock in the morning, to tell you the truth. It's usually when I wake up. Well, good morning everybody. It is about 3:30 in the morning right now. I'm telling you, this hammock is so comfortable. But I had to go pee. I would have filmed it, but it was dark, you know.
so I really couldn't get out. GoPro doesn't do very good in the dark light. But I want to jump on and say, so far it's been a pretty good night. This tarp is a little close. I would probably pull it back a little bit, but I ain't worried about it. I'm not getting wet or anything. Yeah, otherwise it's a pretty good night so far. Hopefully this morning it'll brighten up. Hopefully we'll get some snow, because I can see some flakes. I can see some snowflakes, but other than that, it's just been raining. Pretty crazy. Alright, everybody, just want to say good morning. Now I want to say good night again. I'm going back to bed. I'm going to get all nice and snuggled up. This sleeping bag is awesome. This hammock is so comfortable. The only thing I do different is my knees bend a little bit. And since I have knee problems, I put a blanket under my knees. That's why I bring the extra blanket along. But other than that, I'm telling you, you guys got to get this set up and try it out for yourself. See you guys in the morning. Good morning, everybody. It's a little dark under the tarp. Let me get my shoes on. That was a fantastic night. I am so glad I did this now. It was so sad dropping Pierre off last night, though, and coming back out here. That dude was so upset with me. Oh, there we go. Well, it pretty much rained most of the night. One point I think it was snowing, but it's been raining the whole time. This shelter turned out to be fantastic. Check it out. So you guys saw me how I put it together last night, well, yesterday. But I never showed you guys this. So coming this way, you can see I have this here. This side is a drip point right here. It's a little wet right here, but this is all a drip point. So that means rain's coming down the tree, right? It's hitting my strap. It's traveling down the strap and it's hitting here. And this hook is at an angle and it's causing the moisture in the water to drip down. So this is not wet at all. Really nice. So this side I did it a little different. You can see I wrapped my strap around and my strap is actually dripping down here. So this is a drip point, same thing, water's running down the tree. It's hitting the strap, it's traveling down the strap, it's hitting this point here and it's dripping down it. So then no water gets on my hammock itself.
Alright, so the ground right here is fairly decently dry, but we're gonna do this a way to where we don't have to put nothing on the ground. So I have my bag, I have my tarp bag, and there's nothing else in this hammock. We are going to zip our sleeping bag up like this. So a rule of thumb, I personally like to put the foot box in first. That's just the way I do it. So I'm gonna put my blanket right there. But so we're gonna take our strap off, throw our strap in the bottom, and then we're gonna start feeding our sleeping bag and hammock back inside of this thing. So remember, this stuff is wet. So if you are spending the night again tonight, I recommend putting these straps somewhere else, not necessarily back inside of your bag. But since I'm going home, I don't have to worry about it. I'll just take it out and let it dry tonight in the house. Just like that, strap goes in the bottom. And then we're gonna kind of roll our hook inside of here because hook can be sharp. You don't want to poke a hole in your bag. And then you just want to feed it right inside of here like this. This way, your sleeping bag is not getting all extra wet or wet at all on the ground. Plus, by leaving your tarp up, you're not getting all wet as well. Now, it's not raining too much right now, so I decided to hurry up and do it. But earlier, it was pretty much pouring. So there we go. Now that we're at the end, all we're gonna do is we're gonna unclip this guy. Just like that. Now I'm going to put it on my foot because my foot is drier than the ground. I'm going to shove that in there. Find my cinch on my bag. And there we go. Now we can take our strap off this side. Put our strap in here. Throw this on the inside of your bag or the outside, whatever type of bag you have with you. And then your sleep system is already ready to go. Just like that. Now you might be wondering, how do you do your tarp? Your tarp is a little bit more trickier, but I have a very fast, simple way to do it. You ready for this one? Now that you're ready to take down your tarp, you want to pull all your stakes out. So we have our one side here. Now this side I attached myself. So I'm actually going to take this one off because setting up my tarp tent, I don't want to get confused on what string is what. I hope that makes sense. So this, we're going to automatically throw right inside of our little bag that we have, just like that. Just gonna get right in the bag. This one was on there, this one was on there, this one was not. Just like that. Again, we're gonna take this string off because I attached to this string. There we go. Nice and simple. We're going to take our string, throw it right in our bag. Done. Other side, I'm going to grab the stakes really quick. There we go. I grabbed the two stakes. Now, this is where it comes the easy part. That was the hardest part, this is the easy part. All you're gonna do from now, you're gonna take it, you're gonna shake it off. All you're doing is you're getting the big water droplets off of it and gonna store it away until you have to get it out again. What that allows is it allows it not to seep all over your stuff when you put it in your bag. So now that most of the water droplets are off it, we're actually going to fold our wet side over. gonna separate our two sides, throw our wet side over. Now we have our dry side here. Then we're gonna come over here. We have our toggle system, right? With our rustic loop. Take our toggle right out, and you're gonna grab probably a little less than a foot. And you're just gonna keep grabbing like this. Just keep grabbing it. And remember, this is the inside. You undo your second toggle and bam, there's your tarp. Okay, now you're gonna kind of lay your tarp down like this. Kind of get it to go together. You're gonna fold, fold, put tarp together, fold, fold, fold. So now what you're doing is you're putting the really wet side in the middle, and you're putting your dry side on the outside, drier side. It's a little wet. And then you're gonna wrap your excess cord around it. Then in a survival situation, you just hook this to the outside of your bag and you're good to go. Or in a camping situation when it's soaking wet out here, you hook this to the outside of your bag, you're good to go. I wouldn't put it back in this because for one thing, you're not gonna get it that small without squeezing all the water out of it. For the second thing, you don't want this to go inside here and go inside your bag because it's just gonna leak all over the place. So I recommend hooking this to the outside of your bag. Now for this part, it's really simple. You just undo your knot, move your press loop all the way to the other side, wherever you want your press loop. You can leave it in the middle if you want to leave it in the middle. But I have my carabiner, press loops. I want to put all the way by the carabiner, just so I know where they're at. Plus, it'll be easy for me to deploy. I'm gonna wrap this backwards on my hand. Now I've shown a video on this as well. Go check out my knots playlist. Nope, too much. Okay. Now we're gonna take this, we're gonna wrap it on the outside. And this is just my quick, easy deploy system. Makes it nice and simple when you're ready to get it back out. Had a little bit too much string left over, but that's okay. Just like that, quick, easy deploy. You pull the carabiner out, and there you go, you have your string. We're gonna put our string right back inside our bag. And there you go. That is how fast, simple, easy it is to take your shelter down and then put your shelter back up. Hope you enjoyed. Please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel because I have a lot more outdoor adventures for you. Overnighters, camps, I hope you're excited. I am. Hoping I'm going to do an overnighter camp in the winter coming up here very, very soon. Hopefully Michigan will make up its mind and we'll get some snow. Because I have a really cool shelter system that I want to show you using the snow. So don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share my videos, and I will get more content out there just for you. Thank you so much. Put this stuff in my bag. I knew it snowed a little bit last night. Not much, but it snowed a little bit.